This is my 2022 Tesla Model Y long range. It's now done over 100,000 miles and the suspension has been slowly getting worse with this squeaking noise. The compliance links from the front suspension need replacing, so that's what I'm going to do today. A few things you'll need: proper way to jack the vehicle. I've got the jack point jack stands and a 3-ton low profile jack. You'll also need like the pucks to place under the vehicle to lift it safely. First I start off by getting the wheel covers off, loosening the lug nuts for the front wheels. Then I'll start to jack the vehicle. And then get my jack point jack stand under the vehicle. These are probably the best jack stands for electric cars in general because of the battery pack, and it allows you to lift the vehicle at the safe jack points. Now I'll just get the wheel off. Do the same for the other side. And then once both sides are lifted, this is what we're going to be replacing today. If you look at the condition of these, they're so worn. That's what's making the squeaking sound. We'll just need to get this aero shield off. This takes a good little while because there's 2 different bolts attaching the aero shield to the body of the vehicle. These are the bolts that we're going to get out to get the actual compliance link off the vehicle, using a 22mm impact driver just to loosen it up. It's a wet day, so don't mind any water spilling out from the point that you're getting it from. It's like a little pool inside. This was the best method I found to get it off, with the impact driver and just using a wrench to pry the bolt from the body of the vehicle. For the compliance link part that's connecting to the wheel, the best method I found is to use a wrench and ratchet to put them in different directions and then just turn the bolt the opposite direction to the screw. You can see how worn these are right here. This is the new version, and then this, I'll show you the old version. The difference in ball joints. This one's super loose, and the new one is quite firm. And one thing you'll notice after you sort of replace this part is that the front end of the suspension sort of firms up because of the condition of the new versus the old part. Getting the new part in, you just have to sort of slide it back into the place that you removed it from, lining up the hole for the bolt to go back in. But one thing I found after I did this is that I needed to add some lubrication, and this is some special lube because it's metal on metal. Cover the bolt with that lube to get it to not squeak, which is what I found. I didn't know that it was missing, as the instructions don't say it online. I didn't know it was a thing that needed to be done. This nut, it says to replace. So that's what I did for this repair. Got new nuts for this specific part. 22mm wrench with a Torx bit, and then you just do them in opposite directions to tighten and or loosen. It's quite fiddly. Then after you sort of torque these up to the specific torque setting, you should be all set, and then that'll be the replacement for one side. And then you've just got to do the same thing for both sides, and then replace the aero shield after you're finished, and that's the repair. I did actually use a torque wrench for this after, but I didn't quite capture that.